followed by Ironwood Thursday. All right, Sam, 2 weeks ago. And by the way, I apologize for last week. We actually probably could have had a game last week. That's
everything.
I jumped the gun a little fast on my calling it, but I wanted to call it with enough time so that everybody could, find out and make alternate plans if they wanted to. And I think I had premature calling it. So.
Well, and I fucked up. I didn't think I was getting any help at work, and then like my best star guy was like, "Oh, I'm working today." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So we're gonna be fine.
Right. So, all right, Sam, what happened last week?
Okay. So, I'm gonna kind of like push through a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
We met another adventuring crew who was taking down a drake. We helped heal their party up. They're like, "Hey, if you're ever in this part of town, come say hi." And we were like, "Cool." And then we kept on our way. And we went to Falejo, which the footage is now lost to the abyss, but that's where we had the Dracolich encounter that wasn't actually a Dracolich. We figured out it was a little halfling who was apparently raised by kobolds who was using a ring of illusion. We ended up outing him to the mayor. He ran away, and we are in possession of a ring of illusion.
You stole his ring!
Not only stole his ring, but stole his ring and narked.
You want a lawful good character or not?
I never said I wanted one, but you do you. It is your character. Play as you will.
I have to follow my alignment. I'm lawful good, aren't I?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't bitch. I'm not bitching.
I mean, I think writing someone out to the mayor so they can continue to stomp on the downtrodden is not lawful good, but you do you.
He was stealing from the town. That's against the law.
He's everything he did is totally in line with his character alignment.
Yeah, it's a
I
call.
just am not that alignment. Okay, so anyway, we finally made our way to Panshaw, which is the place, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And we find bodies. Not only do we find bodies, these bodies are dry.
Desiccated remains of a family in a farmhouse.
Yeah. Jack examined the bodies. He realized that not only were they totally drained of fluid, but it could be from a vampire or other creature. There were puncture wounds on the bodies. It is currently 7 a.m., and we plan to head into the town.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, you are currently sitting inside, actually just outside of the farmhouse. It's a pretty nice day. It's, again, early in the morning. Panshaw, you figure, is probably only about half hour, 45 minutes. Oh, God, I think my chatty's off again. Yeah, I had to reboot, so my chatty's off.
Okay. So you're doing Wrath of the Righteous?
Yes. Play that all day.
Boys.
Played that all day.
How are you guys?
Oh, you need to change your...
is that it's the video game?
Yes.
Okay.
Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Hey-o!
Yeah. Like I said, I really enjoyed that campaign. The start of it's a little bit ishy.
Well, I don't know anything about the campaign, so hush your mouth.
No, like you've gotten, like you've started in the caves, right?
Yeah, I've gone through the cave part.
Yeah, like that part I've always found ishy.
Oh.
It's like this big battle comes out, and like the demons are making their big push, and there's this big climactic battle, and you fall in a fucking hole.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. All right, so you guys have about a half-hour walk to get to Panshaw itself. How are exactly you going to do? You just going to walk boldly, or are you going to inch your way? You going to take it slow and carefully, or are you just going to walk in because you think it's vampire, and vampires aren't going to be out in the daylight? How are you going to do this? How are you going to play it? Play it out.
Well, we
I
don't.
just got that one speed. Go boldly forth.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We don't know what it is, so like.
But
It
your
could be
monster lore
vampire.
guy says he believes, because of process of elimination, he believes it's probably vampiric in nature.
Right. I'm just saying. We don't know for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
so let's go boldly
Okay,
forth.
dead air. All right, let's go. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, we stroll into town.
Oh, hey,
The guy
there's
got
home.
the biggest
look at
dog
the
dick in the
flowers.
world.
Cute
Okay.
little town.
So you guys, I actually forgot to place you on here.
Yeah.
That's okay. Chill out.
Nothing to
And
suck
it's
here.
not to scale because I didn't have a scale, so I got to make you as little as possible. It's
is
not
it-
to scale, which really
Is it
kind
going
of
to be like a
sucks.
gigantic house with tiny doors?
It's going to be like the tiny house.
It's a big house. It just has tiny doors.
Yeah. So when I tried putting this to scale, but it was so big
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it didn't like to load, so I scaled it down to as big as I possibly could without causing issues.
Sounds good.
So if and when, if at all, there is any sort of an encounter or anything like that, we'll just go on the board like we're doing it, even though we'll be walking over buildings like fucking Godzilla and shit like that.
Yeah. Straight up Pokemon rules. I get it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so you're at the southern edge of Panshaw, and as the road goes in, you realize that you see no living creatures. You don't see any chickens. You don't see any people. You don't see anything alive. There's no dogs barking at you on your way in. Nothing like that.
How well maintained is the grass?
Well, they didn't really mow the grass that much back then.
Is it like dried out though?
Okay, from
Better question: what do the farm fields look like around us?
Okay, so the grass and stuff, everything looks kind of grown over. If you're looking at the fields themselves do look fairly decent.
Okay.
It looks like there have been weeds growing in the fields. So if somebody were to use plant lore, there's a chance that they might be able to tell how long these fields have lain fallow.
I'll attempt.
I don't have my thing up right
Nope.
All right, so who else has the plant lore? Harvey?
now. I
Yeah.
do, but I'm downstairs cooking right now.
Okay, so I'm going
somebody
to just...
roll for me.
I'll go ahead and roll D100.
Hell yeah, you're one of the greats.
Oh no.
And
really?
you are horrible at it.
Yeah, I'm not great.
I rolled a 92, so not
Oh,
even remotely close.
Yeah, it's bad. We're just gonna say there be weeds. and
Yeah, there's
probably
weeds in the field, so it's been a while since anybody's taking care of them, but you don't know how long a while is.
Yeah, it's ban.
Or yeah, it's been. All right.
Alright, so we don't know how long the weeds have been, or the fields have been left unattended.
Right. And Razul and Jack are talking, and Razul says it's kind of quiet, and Jack says, "Yeah, it's eerily quiet." And everybody's
Almost like it's not loud enough.
right. I mean, there's
No.
no you don't even. I mean, you don't even hear crickets. It's just there's no. You hear some birds, but nowhere really close to you. It's just kind of a quiet pall over the entire place.
Do you think anybody's casting a silent spell around here?
A what?
No, you can
A
hear
silent
each
spell.
other. You can hear each other talk, and you can hear like your armor's rattling as you walk,
footsteps.
Ah.
as you
footsteps
So my
as
plot
you
was
move.
correct.
Right, the path is crunching under feet. as you're walking along. A little bit of gravel. So it's obvious it's not a silence spell.
There's just no one around.
Right. No one or no thing around.
Is this a house?
Which one here?
This one.
That is not a house. That is a like a barn area.
Okay. Well, you guys coming?
I am.
So
So
I want to.
most of the things that you're looking at here, here, and here, these are sheds and pens where there would normally be creatures, and right now there ain't no critters.
That's not good.
All right. Well, looks like. Hello. Is anyone around?
Oh my god.
So
I'm Harvey. These are my friends. Together we are the adventure group known as Harvey and Friends.
So let me check something here. Da 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 da. Where's the ruler? Okay. Okay. I need so I got to move Harvey.
Yeah, technically I would have drifted off and looked at the forest, if that matters.
Okay,
I don't
so
think it does.
you walk over this way towards that. It's actually pretty far. Again, this is not to scale, so that's a pretty decent distance away from everybody. So I need Razul to make an awareness roll. Do you feel lucky?
Yeah.
Okay. So you notice that standing right about here is a small humanoid.
Oh.
Then that will be a humanoid, and I'll tell the party that. And Dave, while I'm looking around, since I do hunt, can I look for tracks and stuff to see if I can tell if anything's been...
Yeah, that's a real good idea. Go ahead and roll.
Doing none today.
Wow.
Whew.
This is... Let's hope that the stuff gets better, if anything, if there's any combat or anything.
No shit.
Well, combat, we'd want the numbers high.
That's true. That's a good point.
All right, cool. Walking towards the human.
Shit, there goes Razul.
Are you guys all going as well?
Yes.
So you're just walking over lawns and shit. It's going to take you a little while to get there up the road. Basically, the only reason you notice the person standing there is because there's nothing else around. And you also notice that it's not moving. It's just standing there.
Gonna keep going my long way. I'm taking time to step.
Okay.
It's distance. I'm not making fucking a mile run in like 3 seconds.
Right. So, as you get closer, you realize that it is a human child, or a halfling, because they look a lot like human children, standing fairly close to the center of the square, or the center of the town circle. Just standing there. Yep. Yes. Standing there and looking at you all. Not moving, just standing there.
Friendly. I give him a friendly wave.
So you give a friendly wave, and you now notice it's a she. It's a little girl, and she just stands there and looks at you.
This is like a weird question, Dave. Can I use sense good evil?
As in the spell? Yeah, yes. Go right ahead.
Oh, I'm not on my guy. Hang on, sorry.
It's okay.
Now, if I click work, level 1 is Robin.
Nope.
Oh, so
shit.
that is actually a critical.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Allows the caster to so you know for a fact that the level of gray this person is dead center between good and evil.
Okay.
Like not even 1% on either side of dead center.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to make the judgment call for you?
If you see my wife, tell her I said hello.
Hello.
Well, considering it's a little kid, probably no wife.
Probably
Heraldry.
husband then.
So heraldry, Sammy, go ahead and roll. Actually, if you want to roll, otherwise it looks just like a commoner, no class human child.
She's a level 4 child.
Wow, no class.
No class
Jesus,
at all. So
Where is my hair?
She's like a school in summertime.
no class. Thank you, Bill Cosby and the Cosby Kids.
Hold on, I'm looking
I
for
don't think we need to thank Bill Cosby for anything.
No.
Hey, he gave us the Cosby Kids.
Character sheet.
Also, a lot of rape.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm not fucking doing that. Jesus.
Okay, well, you still... Okay, so it looks like a normal human child that has absolutely no character classes at all. If it's hiding anything, you can't discern what it is.
I was just trying to see if it was actually a kid or if it was like a halfling or something.
Right.
I hunch down. Do I have like dog legs that are kind of like have their knees backwards, or do my knees go forward?
You look like a human that has evolved from a dog instead of from an ape.
So I do have the backwards knees. Awesome.
Oh boy.
So I hunch down on my backwards knees and offer the tiny child some jerky that I keep in my pack. How you doing, kiddo?
So you do that, and her eyes never focus on you, but she says, "This place is mine. You must go."
Oh no.
Great.
Okay, I need Razul and Jack to make an awareness roll, and also Kieran.
Yeah, I didn't see nothing.
Okay, Razul, that's fine.
Jesus.
All right, so Razul, it's very quiet, right? Mm-hmm. So you hear the little girl say this very clearly, but your ears pick up the sound from inside this building here of somebody saying the exact same thing at the exact same time.
All right, we're burning this place to the fucking ground. Just saying it. It's going to the ground. Harvey, don't care if it's a kid or not, we're killing it.
No, we're not going to kill a kid.
There is something in this house that is saying the same things that this little shit is saying. We're burning this place to the ground.
What? Why? Like, why do we gotta kill the kid then?
Okay, so Razul says, I heard the same thing in here. We're burning this place to the ground. And it's like you stepped on an anthill.
Oh boy.
So let me pull out.
Rasul, you're not supposed to tell them you're burning the place to the ground. You're supposed to just hint at it.
Yeah, you're supposed to walk out of the room, say that you're gonna just go get cake, then you come back in with a torch.
No. You taught me how to burn stuff at a failing rate, sir, so don't even try. I've almost died because of you trying to burn something.
I mean, he's not wrong.
To be fair, you died because you couldn't get out of the chokehold of a kid.
All right, so from every building,
burning it to the ground.
People start coming out.
They're circus people.
Actually, commoners.
They look like circus people.
Yeah.
Well, then I need to get more freaking lead in my goddamn pencil.
Boy, is that the story of my life.
Hey-o.
There's actually more than this. This is just kind of a representation because I don't want to put 50 or 60 things on the board.
Oh, okay.
Hello, boys.
And they all start to talk simultaneously in their own voices. And by the way, some of these are kids. They just come out from all of the different places. And they're all saying, "This place is ours. You must go." And they're just repeating it over and over and over again as they...
One of us. One of us.
As they start to walk towards you.
No! Horror movie.
All right, Jack, I think we found out what happened to the villagers.
Yeah, definitely some mind control going on here, best I can tell. I think we best go back and talk to the bishop.
That's right. Get closer to the burn area. That's right. Get nice
all right,
and
so...
what about the building where the voice came from?
Well, that was... Okay, so I'll put another one out there. Fine.
Was it just a commoner who was doing that, or what?
Yeah, they're all commoners.
Okay.
According to Razul, though, it's coming from this house.
Yeah, that's what this person is right here. She just came out.
Okay.
Yes. So, I am going to actually have you guys do initiative now, and I'm going to roll...
Oh, no.
These guys all have the same initiative.
Cool.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I have yet to roll on this initiative chart with Razul over a fucking 6.
Wow. And I am back.
So do you want me to roll your initiative, Harvey?
No, I just got back.
Okay,
Let
cool.
me go ahead. Initiative. Yep. Increment. Yeah. Look at that shit.
Go, Harvey, go. Okay, so on
I'm gonna have a cheese sandwich, and y'all can come back to me when I'm ready.
Buzz is on a... Well, Kieran... Oh, she went on an 11. Yeah, Buzz and Razul are both just waiting for their right moment. All right, so Harvey, these people have just come swarming out of the houses, and there are a lot of them, and as you're watching, more and more of them are showing up. So on a 19, what are you going to do?
I am going to not pull out my axe. I'm going to calmly and reasonably just scoot on over to Razul, apologizing whenever I hit somebody.
Well, there's enough people there, and you just... Okay, so you push right through them, and they're not really attacking, like they're not taking any attacks of opportunity against you.
Okay. So I'm just going to move through, not rushing, but not really delaying. We mean you no harm. We did not know the situation that this was your land. We will get going. Let me just collect my little friend here, and I hold my hand out to Razul. Hop on, bud. Come on.
Okay, so that's Harvey on a 19, Kieran on an 11.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
while
what?
that was happening, I just want to ask a very important question.
Yes, sir.
When Harvey was bumping into those guys,
yes,
do they go away?
No.
Good to know.
Matter of fact, it knocks them back a little bit, and then they turn towards him and start to walk towards him. This place is ours. You must go.
Which means they're not illusions. Okay.
No.
So Kieran on an 11.
This is interesting. I'm just gonna stay right here.
Okay.
Honestly.
Jack and Harvey both on a 9.
I'm gonna cast Hearten.
Okay, so you cast Hearten.
Hang on, sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
I will cast it.
Now that I have the spell in there and you can use it.
Right. Just for the sake of just being...
And you guys are within range of each other. Don't worry about distances right now.
Sure.
Jar.
Bing, bada, boom.
Fuzzy.
All right, so everybody's got 5 AP and plus 10 on saving throws. So don't forget to add the plus 2 to your DP. Okay, so Harvey, what are you doing? You're waiting for Razul, but Razul looks like he's looking around a little wildly. He's a little slow to react.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to gently scoop him up like a baby.
That would be the worst mistake you would ever make right now.
Scoop him up like a baby.
Okay, you're going to have to make an agility roll and beat Razul.
All right.
So both of you make an agility roll opposed. Additive, right? Yes, additive.
Oh, I gotta add
no, that's okay. You rolled a 73. You got 123.
Well, he adds 50 to it. So I think he...
Yes, so Razul got 123. You got 115.
Yeah.
So Razul nimbly gets out of your reach.
Come on, kid.
Very nimbly.
We need to get it. Come on.
On an 8. A very interesting thing happens. Kieran is going to get D6 people. Razul is going to get D10 people. And Harvey is going to get D12 people.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right, so let's do Kieran first. How come it's... Did they change this die roller?
What do you mean?
No, you just take a
no.
click it.
I don't think so. I haven't seen any difference.
You just don't have to click it anymore. You can actually just mouse over it.
But when I mouse over it, it's behind my turn order thing. That's why I didn't see it. Okay, so D6 for Kieran. 3. D10 for Razul. 8. And D12 for Harvey. Okay, so here's what happens. They attempt to grab you.
Well, that's easily done.
Okay, so, but they're all grabbing at the same time. So the 3 people that are going to grab at Kieran, Kieran, unfortunately, the only thing you'll be able to do is dodge, which means you would lose an action.
That's okay.
Okay.
How do I do that?
So I'm going to roll.
I've never actually dodged.
That's okay. So you will roll. I will roll a D100.
Okay.
And so there's a D100. Okay. So I am adding to that. Now what you do is you roll your dodge saving throw. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. So this was opposed.
So that should have been.
So you critical.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Oof.
Yeah, no, that's a good roll this time.
That's a good roll.
I didn't know.
So these 3 people grab at you, and you take a step back, and you slip them like you're a professional boxer. None of them even come close to grabbing you. All right, so for Razul...
I'm fine. I'm taking it.
Okay. And then for Harvey...
We can roll the CON for additive.
Yes.
That's a heads up, guys. I know Dave said saving throw, but I think he realized
the CON. Well, it's right by the saving throw, but it's a CON.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harvey, do you feel lucky? Once.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
go ahead.
You do not get grabbed. Razul, you get grabbed by 8 people, and they attempt to pull you down to the ground.
Okay.
So you need to make a strength check. You are with some minuses because of how many they are.
Bro, I don't have no strength as there is.
I know. That's the problem.
So roll amazing.
You want me to roll my strength?
Yes, and you want to go.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing. So they're hanging off of you and attempting to pull you down, and you're like, have you ever done that thing where you try and pick somebody up when they don't want to be picked up, and it gets tons harder?
Have you ever tried to put pants on a toddler?
Yep.
Exactly. So these people are getting in each other's way. Yeah, they're getting in each other's way, and they've got a hold of you. And now what I need you to do is I need you to do a manual dexterity under to have an arm free to be able to cast a spell.
That's a no.
That is a no. So right now your arms are pinned. All right, so Bus on a 6. And by the way, these other people have moved up, and there are lots of them. Bus and Jack are the only two that really don't have anybody around them because everybody's in this big circle area.
Yeah.
And one of the things you notice is they're not moving fluidly. They're like moving jerkily, and they all are moving in exactly the same way, basically. There's a few of them that have like hurt legs, and you can see that they're dragging their leg a little bit. They're not dead, they're alive, so they're not zombies, but they're acting a lot like it.
Yeah.
So Bus on a 6.
I can't do much right now.
Just saying.
No, I can't actually because I don't have torches.
Yeah, and by the way, Razul, they are not trying to bite you. They're just trying to drag you to the ground.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to kick one of them in the dick.
Yeah, I'm contemplating how I want to do this. I'm going to be moving. That's pretty much it. So I get 7 squares.
Right. Again, where do you want to move to? Just point to where you want to move. Remember, not to scale.
Yeah. I would like to make my way over to here eventually, but I know I probably can't do that in one move.
I would say, let's see, 2, 4.
I'm trying to, essentially I'm just trying to get into a place where aggro can be pulled.
Yeah, it's going to take you 2 actions of movement to get over there.
Okay, so I'm good with that. So I'll just say I got to here on the first move.
It's a good place. That's great.
Cool. That's me.
Okay. On a 4, Razul, you can attempt a strength check opposed to get a hand free if you wanted to cast a spell.
It's not going to happen, but let's fucking do it.
72.
Additive.
So Razul wrenches an arm free.
And I can cast a spell.
And you can cast a spell.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
Do
this is the greatest thing ever.
Do it. Here it comes, kids.
No.
Oh, levitation.
Razul.
Oh, okay. Oh, my God.
Party.
Shablam!
I was really expecting maggots, guys. I'm so happy.
Lightning strike.
I'm not trying to kill anybody.
Are you
Thank
attacking
God.
the instrument or the player?
All right, so you rise. Okay, so, oh boy. Levitate up to 350 pounds. Okay, you got an arm free and you're attempting to go up, but you have 8 people who have a hold of you.
Do those 8
Are
people
they going to be able to hold you down? So what I'm going to do now is I am going to roll a D100 plus 10. You roll a D100. If you win, you rise. If I win, you're pinned down.
Go ahead.
So I get plus 10. So I got 57.
Nope.
All right, so they're trying to hold you down, and you cast levitation, and you shoot up in the air, and it surprises them. And they're knocked backwards like bowling pins.
I get
So
Superman out of this bitch.
all 8 of them. Yeah, well, okay, so you guys see Razul disappear under a pile of bodies. Then you see a Spider-Man arm come up from the rubble, twirl around a couple times, and then he shoots in the air like Superman. Kieran on a 1.
Oh, God. I don't even know what to do. I mean, they're all on me, but I don't want to hurt any of them.
There's more of them starting to try and grab you.
Egress.
Remember, we can hurt them non-lethally.
I have a
Not with
bow
a
and
bow.
Oh yeah, no, you're. Oh, never mind. You're a murderer. Yeah, go ahead.
my character is not made to
No, yeah.
fight mind-controlled civilians, okay?
Nope.
I'm a diddly erdler.
Yeah.
She's meant to absolutely obliterate any creature that tries to hurt her friends. I don't know. I just don't want them to be able to grab me. I don't know how to.
Kick them in the dick.
Got me.
Or you can run away from them.
Twist.
Yeah. Okay.
Get out, dick twist.
Twisted dick.
The
Oh
old
my
twisted
god!
dick. The old dick twist.
Jesus Christ!
Have you not seen that, Sammy? It's a guy at a wrestling match, and he's sitting behind the people that are filming, and he keeps yelling out, "Twist his dick!" And then he sees the recording, and he goes, "Give him the old dick twist!" There it is, the old dick twist.
All right,
knows
I'm
what that
gonna retreat a little bit away from them.
All right, so there's a bunch of them grabbing at you, and you just turn around and you run away from them, and none of them grab you. None of them get attacks of opportunity because they're so jerky and slow that it doesn't really work for them. So Harvey on a -1, and don't forget you dodged and lost an action.
And so I lose my.
You lose a combat action.
Okay.
So you still
But
have
only use the
non-combat actions.
All right. Is this only one dude back here, or no?
There's a whole crowd of people around you,
Okay.
including back over here. I mean, there's 8 of them that grabbed Razul.
All right. Cool. So I am going to start egressing from the place.
Okay. So you just start pushing through them, and they fall back. As a matter of fact, a lot of them around Razul right now are on the ground. So
I wish I had charge right now. Okay.
Why you just charged them?
Yeah. Just get in the pit.
All right, so Bus on a
Find
minus.
out where they're controlling them from.
Bus on a -4.
Same deal.
What?
Try to find out where they're being controlled from.
How the fuck am I supposed to do that?
You're a priest. Why do we bring you along?
That doesn't. Priests don't know that.
I don't have sense magic, Chan.
Jesus.
That's a Razul thing.
It's a priest spell.
Rizul's already got this figured out, guys. Don't worry.
Bus is gonna go ahead and complete his path. So he's gonna come up here,
Okay.
see if he can pull any kind of aggro.
So, there are people coming down from this way.
Morning.
Top of the morning to you.
Give him the
No,
good
no,
old dick twist.
And again, there's more than just 2. I'm only putting 2
Pardon
things
me,
on the board.
I might grasp firmly your man shaft.
I'm going to grab one, and we're going to drag him out of town, and we'll see where the influence stops.
Okay, so
What's the next plan?
Bus, you realize that you are
here.
attracting attention just like you thought. Razul on a -6.
All right, Dave. I'm gonna do something a little weird. I'm gonna see if you'll allow me to do it.
Okay.
I would like to observe and see if I can see anything controlling these people.
So you want to use observation.
Yeah, since I'm up in the air.
Okay, go ahead and roll your observation. So,
Yes.
okay, so here's the deal. You know for a fact, in the bottom of your soul, you know that if there were something to see, you know what it would be, but you see nothing. But you know there's no physical way to see right now from your vantage point what is controlling them.
Fucking house.
Okay.
So, I mean, that knowledge, normally I would just say you don't see anything, but in this case, you know that you don't see anything because there's nothing to see from where you're at. That's a pretty huge distinction.
Right.
So you were looking around. I'm going to say that observing takes a little bit of time. So Kieran on a -9.
I don't see anything.
Well.
Did I not increment? What the hell?
Oh, hey, Jack, you should have gone on a -1.
Why did that not? I hit increment.
You should have gone with the same as me, yeah.
Okay, so you also should go on a -1, Jack. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip you.
Just delete it. I was just trying to see if it re-increment me.
Will
Why
it
does
increment?
mine always have trouble now incrementing? I don't get it.
Will it increment you now?
Let me try. I'll hit it one more
Do you
time.
click on you and say increment?
Yeah, it doesn't increment me for some reason.
Weird.
No, he's only in there that one time. Yeah, I don't see him at all.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't catch it.
No, I didn't catch it either. I was like, oh, well, I just...
So what are you going to do on a -1?
I'm going to cast Sense Magic.
Okay, so let me get back to a -1. Actually, we had gone to Razul on a -6, so... Alright, so you cast Sense Magic. Go ahead and cast it.
That's safe.
Okay, so, goodness gracious. One item or creature per level, so you're going to be looking at the people?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for. I've never
Right,
seen
so you get no magical emanations from any of the people that you targeted.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
So then...
Might be time for a big boy spell.
Kieran on a -9.
Oh, shit.
Man, I wish I was a druid. I mean, I'm not gonna hit these people. I can't really do anything. I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I want to look around. Can I look around at all?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Razul did his observation thing and he didn't see anything, but I want to see if there's a weird door out of place, if there's something nearby on the ground, literally.
Something seem out of
place. So
yes.
You see that there are a few houses that are starting to fall into some level of disrepair. Like if nobody's fixed anything. If anything's broken, nobody's fixed it. So you see that one of the houses is storm damaged, but nobody's done anything about it. You figure it's probably leaking on the inside.
Is there one that's pristine?
None of them are really pristine. These are like village houses. They're just more shacks than anything.
Any with the shutters drawn?
There are some with shutters drawn, and you realize that they were probably like that when whatever happened.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing has really changed.
So nothing really stands out as odd for the area?
Correct. Harvey on a -11, and Jack on a -11. And don't forget, Harvey, you did lose the... So if you don't have any more combat actions, you won't be able to pick any people up.
I think I only did the combat action of... unless me trying to grab...
that was
Razul
one.
was a combat action.
That was
okay,
one.
then. Alright.
So you can... you could just stand there and push them down until such time as you got a combat action to grab one and take them away.
Oh, I assume that people are kind of coming out of houses and stuff, so I'm going to keep working my way to the edge of the crowd.
Exactly. Jack, what are you going to do on a -11? Now that we know you're on a -11.
I'm going to back up, I think, a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still coming towards me or...
Oh, yes, they are. Mindlessly coming towards you.
Yeah, we need to How far can I back? I don't know the range I can back up.
Oh, you can if you're just backing up, you can back up half of your speed and not worry about it. But they're moving real slow, so you can stay ahead of them easily.
Right, but I'm saying like, can I go 3 squares, 2 squares? Like,
Yeah, he means more for the scale of the map.
Gotcha. I would go 2. Just go 2.
Okay, so I'll go back to here basically.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't scale the map, everybody.
No, you're good. That's all I was
No,
trying to figure
good.
out. I'm like, because I have like 7 squares of movement, but I'm like, the scale's not right. So
count each of them as 2. Go 2, then 3, then 2, then 3. So this would be 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Cool.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that kind of thing.
Okay, I got you. Cool.
That's just fucking spitball in there.
No,
Bus
you're good.
on a minus 14.
Bus would like to go into the house he's currently in to see what the hell's inside.
Okay, so the door is open because the person that came out never closed it. So you push inside. Are you going to close the door behind you or leave it open?
Close the door.
Okay, so you close the door.
We'll see how smart the zombies actually are.
There is a bar. Do you want to bar it or just close the door?
Is there a window?
There's a couple of windows, but it's not glass. It's just open with shutters on them.
Cool. I'll bar the door.
Okay. Razul on a minus 16.
Okay, Dave. Question?
Yes, sir?
Welling wall.
Okay.
In, like, this area.
Okay, what about it?
If I put it, like, right here, it ain't gonna affect anybody, right?
There's a lot of people in the square. It would affect a lot of people.
I'm not caring about people. I'm talking about friends.
Oh, no, it won't hit any friends.
Cool.
Let's
give her a whirl.
Okay, so it's up to 20 foot by 20 foot by 6 foot. How are you going to, how big are you going to make it? Are you going to make it 20 by 20 by 6?
I'm wanting to go as far north as I can with it.
Okay, so you're doing it along, and let me see if you can see this. You're doing it along this way?
Yeah, starting from this square, if you don't mind.
Starting from this square. So 20 foot this way?
Yes.
Okay. And then it's going to be 20 foot tall and 6 foot wide. Okay. Awesome. So you cast the Wailing Wall, and it doesn't land on someone, but it lands like right next to a lot of people, and just this ear-shattering shriek comes out from the thing, and the people don't even flinch.
That's what I thought. All right, we're fucked. Burn it to the ground.
Like, there are some of them that are walking along, like, putting their hands on the wall, trying to walk past or through it. You see that, and Kieran and Jack can make an awareness to see that.
All right.
I mean, Harvey could hear it, but he doesn't really see it. All right, so both of you two see that the Wailing Wall has absolutely no effect whatsoever on these people. Bus, from outside, you hear a screaming. Just an unholy screams of the damned is what you hear.
Right, Razul just cast something, I hear. Okay.
So yeah, because you heard Razul say something. Because other than these people saying, this place is ours, you must go now, there's no sound. But they're just saying it over and over again in some sort of a strange chanting litany.
Okay. Hey, Dave, I have another question.
Yes, sir.
Is the wind blowing?
Is the wind blowing? You know, that's a really great question.
Anyway,
how strong is the wind? So the higher the number, the stronger the wind is.
Deuces.
So it's blowing okay. It's going to be blowing about 10 miles an hour. And I'm going to roll a D8. North is 1. And then we'll just go around in the cardinal directions.
Good,
So
good.
1, 2, 3. You are blowing this way.
Towards the wall.
That's no. I casted the wall here.
Oh, fair
Yes,
enough.
but you're going. You are going.
Yeah, I know. But
This
I'm
way.
like way up in the fucking air.
Yeah, you're way over the
He's
wall,
just
though.
floating over
Yeah,
them.
that's why I asked.
Like a balloon.
He's a
Levitate
freaking-
has a float mechanic with it. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
I
why I
forgot to
used
check.
to have to always tie a rope to me when I meditated as Tyrus.
All right, so
All
Kieran and Razul. Razul, you're out of spells. Are you going to do anything else? And Kieran, are you
I
going to do
just want to
anything
know
else?
how far I've moved since it's been 2.
It's moving about 10 miles an hour, so a square or two, maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Not very far. Well, actually, let me check something. Let me go to my speed chart. You may be going faster than that. Speed chart. Miles per hour. 10 is 14 squares around. So you have gone 14 squares, so...
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
This is actually exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
Okay.
He's moving out of sight of them without having to move.
Yeah.
All right, so Kieran, what are you doing? They're still following you, but extraordinarily slow in lurching steps.
Do I have another movement? I think I do.
You do, yeah.
Know.
You've got one.
I can. Okay, so it's 9 squares normal movement. How would I see like how fast I can run?
So the way I was doing it would be I was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can go 4 squares.
Normal movement.
I was trying to figure out how many squares I
If you
can
double
move.
moved.
If you if you're gonna run, you can't right now because that takes away combat action.
Oh, okay. So 4 squares?
4 squares, and yes, you can go diagonally if you wanted to.
Nope.
Okay, so you're going over there. You're following the Macy's parade float that is Razul.
Gnome!
That's right. There's Snoopy, there's Bullwinkle and Rocky, and there's Razul and Spider-Man. So
Razul.
Harvey on a 19.
All right, guys. I'm going to grab one of them, and we're going to leave.
So are you going to grab anything specific? There's men, women, and children.
Probably a child, then.
So you're going to grab a kid because they're easier to grab.
Precisely.
So you grab a kid and you put it up on your shoulder, and it starts to whisper. Actually, it doesn't whisper in your ear. It says in your ear. It just turns its head towards you and it says, "This place is ours. You must go."
That's creepy as fucking shit. That's some Children of the Corn bullshit. I am not here for that.
I'm all right with this.
With the rest of my turn / next turn, I'm going to put a stiff arm out and just start like an NFL lineman or NFL running back through them.
Not a problem. So you're going to just start. You're going down this way?
Let's see.
Out of town to the south?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you pick up a kid, sling him over your shoulder like a sack of chanting potatoes, and you start to push your way to the south, and you go, "I got one!"
Let's get out of here!
Kieran on an 11. You see and hear Harvey screaming that he grabbed one.
Oh God. Okay. I'm like literally in the middle of like everybody. I could try and run towards Bus and Razul, or I could try and meet up with Jack and Harvey.
Razul's way up in the top.
How far up did you want to go all the way to the top of your levitation?
I am not going fucking that high in the air.
Okay, you're not going to go 200 feet up. How far up are you going?
Probably high enough.
About 70 feet? That's no problem. I just wanted to know.
When I fall and splat on the ground, it's going to be hilarious.
Well, you know when the spell is ending and you can lower yourself.
Yeah.
When I fall and splat to the ground, it's going to be hilarious.
Oh, okay. So you're just going to let yourself fall?
I'm trying to get to these hay bales. They look like.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to Assassin's Creed this shit.
And suddenly, none of these guys will know where you're at. They'll just be like, "Huh?"
My name is Razul Black.
I don't want to leave.
It'd make
Bus
a
and
half-hearted
Razul in
attempt to
here.
poke into it.
Okay, so
I don't even know if I have a movement. Actually.
you do.
You do.
It's an 11. You're at an 11 right now.
Oh, okay.
It's fresh. Virgin snow.
Fuck. What do I want to do?
I think I dated her.
Fuck it.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be following Razul and Bus. Okay. You notice that a bunch of the people here are coming this way now. Slowly, haltingly, that kind of thing. Harvey and Jack both on a 9. So Harvey, you are beating feet out of town with this kid on your shoulder, whispering sweet nothings in your ear. Are you going to continue?
Jack. Yeah.
Jack, what are you going to do? You see Harvey coming towards you, and you see that he's got a kid on his back.
Basically, motion for him to follow Kyrian and.
So you go. So you just going to motion, or you going to go this way?
I'm gonna say this way.
All right. So Jack starts to yell at you, Harvey. He goes, "This way! Let's go this way!"
What? Why? We gotta get out of town.
Follow the rest of the group.
I thought they were following me.
No, they're following Razul.
God damn it!
He's floating slowly away around the world in 80 days.
Do we follow the running man carrying the idol or the balloon that's floating slowly away?
All right, so Jack, show your movement, and then Harvey, you can show your
1,
movement.
2, 3, 4. That should be
Okay.
Yeah, this is my movement moving down here.
Okay, no
this
problem.
Is like 2, right? Yeah.
Okay, so on an 8, the entire crowd is going towards Razul, basically. There's a few of them that are going after Harvey slowly and haltingly. Bus, you hear people, like, scratching at the door.
Sure.
It's not pounding on the door. It's like scratching at the door, and you do feel the door rattle like somebody tried to open it.
Sure.
And they're saying, "This place is ours. You must go."
So, Dave, with all of this happening,
Yes, sir.
I would assume in between everyone else's turns, I'd be doing like an observation.
I'm not even going to make you do an observation on your turn, which is a 6, which is now. I was going to tell you what you see.
Okay, thank you.
I was just doing everything in order. So, Bus, you've been looking around the room and kind of backing away from the door a little bit. The place that you see is, it looks like an emergency happened, and everybody just left all at once. Now, you know for a fact people came out of this house.
Yeah.
But in that house, on the table, there's half-eaten, rotted food. The beds are still made. There's dishes in a tub that are growing mold on it. There's water in the tub, and it's got kind of a rank smell. And you're smelling right now, and it's very musty and strange. Like, you don't smell bodily fluids of any sort. That kind of thing.
So it's mainly the smell of rotting food?
Rotting food and, yeah.
Okay. Where is the nearest window?
Do you want to go out the nearest window, or do you want to go out the back way?
Well, that's kind of the
stop for a
question.
second.
Yes, sir.
Dave, you said no bodily fluids?
Not as far as he can tell. Not inside the house.
Okay. Cool.
Interesting.
Just curious.
So there is a window that you can crawl out on the backside.
And the backside is this way?
This way right here.
Okay. Is there anything out this way?
Well, there are people. Yeah, they're chasing Razul and Kieran.
Okay.
And
So if I came out this way, I'd have a clear exit ish. Out here, I'd be basically having to jump into people.
well, you could be pushing your way through them, or you can do the Cornetto trilogy and jump the hedge.
That was a thought.
It's real easy to do. I mean, it's
let's Cornetto trilogy that.
Okay.
Get out of here.
So I'm going to let you roll an agility.
Oh boy.
Because I want to see which part of the Cornetto trilogy you are mocking.
Oh sure. Am I going under or over?
All right. So you remember Hot Fuzz, where he's jumping over the hedges and the fences?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Fair enough.
You're like doing, 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 and then the last one you do like a little flip kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're Ferris Buellering the shit out of this.
And
to be fair, this is the part of the Assassin's Guild I was actually somewhat good at.
Yeah,
so.
the obstacle course.
Yeah.
The Assassin's Guild.
I can see it all.
You can see it all. You're like, wow, that was really cool. So Razul on a 4.
All right, question.
Yes, sir.
Since I'm in the air, can
Yes.
I see this?
Can you see what?
Where I'm marking way on the right side of the map.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not that far. I'm not zoomed out. Do it again.
Oh.
Yes. As a matter of fact, you can see that. It's up on a hill. You can all see it. It overlooks the town.
And I'm going to yell at everybody. I'm going there.
Right.
Alrighty, let's go.
Now, my thing is, I can't move myself, can I?
No. So on your movement,
Only to the
1,
wind.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I turn around and blow really hard.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Can I drop now? Not fast. But
You can go down as fast or as slow as you want. You can land smoothly on the ground like Superman, or you can pull a Hancock and break shit.
I can grab you if you would like, and then we can Scooby-Doo the fuck out of here.
We were talking about pulling a Hancock a little while ago.
He's actually moving faster than you.
Yeah. So I'd like to land.
He is blowing. Actually, 45 to 50 is what he's moving, so you can keep up with him real well, Kieran.
I'll just, when he drops down, I'll just grab him and we'll just, get the fuck out of here.
Yeet him out of there.
I'm not going to yeet him out of there. I'm going to carry him, and we're going to Scooby-Doo run away, is what I'm saying.
Carries me through the door.
Actually, he can stay above the ground by like a foot and a half, and you can just grab his foot and run.
Yeah, you know what? We can do that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so I assume you guys are all going to go into the same direction without doing much of anything else. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, we're not going to attack.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and clear this out because you're staying away from them quite easily. So then I'm going to move Harvey up here.
Except for the one that Harvey's holding?
Yes, Harvey's got one on his back. And, okay, so he's running, and this thing's going up and down, and it's not even really doing that. It's as you're hitting it, it's saying, you could hear the impact when it's saying things, but other than that, it's not reacting at all to being jostled around as much as it is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to use the restroom. I will be right back.
That's a good idea. I'm going to do the same thing. As you make it up towards the broken down manor house. Be right back.
I will not. I'm going to get another beer.
Anyway, Eric.
Yes.
I hope you liked my quoting of Pokemon earlier.
Absolutely.
That was amazing.
Just loathing around.
Buzz.
I can picture this, and don't be offended. I can picture you as I can picture you as a slacking.
Oh God, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Oh God, yes.
The fuck is a slacking?
Here, I'll post a picture for you.
Yeah, pull it up.
But I haven't played since first.
It definitely is not one of the original 151.
I aspire to be a Snorlax, but I'm very aware of slacking.
A slacking is a Pokemon that literally, when it tries to attack, loafs around.
Oh my God, that thing?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's slightly better than it, or is it the same deal as like a Magikarp?
Oh, it won't attack. It will literally say it is ignoring you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a dick Pokemon!
Yeah.
Does it like become something better? Or is it just a
No,
shitty
that's the
Pokemon?
final form. It starts off as a sloth and it turns into this.
Yeah, it's the final form of Slakoth.
Yeah, Slackoth, Vigoroth, and then Slacking.
What the fuck?
So, why did they create this dumb creature?
It is a great creature if you can get it to attack. It is powerful as fuck.
Oh yeah. It just is such a dick for most of the game.
So, like, do you need to be like
Nope.
complete the final badges, or is
Nope.
it just utterly
That
random
is
every time?
literally the way this Pokemon works.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Alright.
It was in Sapphire and Ruby, I think. Yeah, it was Ruby and Sapphire. Some of the better games. I'm a
So
huge
it was
Pokemon fan.
basically
Eric,
the
so
Charizard from the
Red, Blue, and
show.
Yellow. Yeah. Huge Pokemon nerd
Why
right
is
here,
it-
man. So.
Why is it pinching its nipple?
It's scratching its
I are
belly,
back.
God damn it.
No, it's definitely pinching that nip.
It's got a very low nipple, Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know what I walked into, but okay.
Something to do with Pokemon.
I essentially gave Eric a
Here's the
Pokemon.
anime version, Jesus.
Oh, you must be on Discord.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
You
what's up,
also
Shadows?
are on Discord.
Hola. It goes. That's what it do. It goes. All right, so you guys are making your way up towards this manor house. Oh.
Twist it.
I just got done taking
Grab
it.
his dick and twist it.
The old dick twist!
Oh my god.
No, I quoted earlier a Pokemon reference, and I was showing Eric knew probably which Pokemon I was quoting.
Yeah.
And I was just showing everybody else.
I had no fucking clue.
It's the Pokemon that literally cannot be bothered enough to actually fight for you.
So it's a millennial
And this is
Pokemon.
against beat up-
Ah.
Yeah.
When he does, he rules ass. But
Right.
you are so annoyed with him the whole time. Even the victory feels bittersweet.
All right, so as you guys are
I do
walking,
roll ass.
this way, you kind of look behind you, and all of these people are following slowly behind.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well,
And
Guys,
there
quick,
are-
let's get to this spooky manor.
anybody feel like a marching band right now?
Hey, Scoob!
Da, 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 da,
Hey,
da,
Buzz, why don't you sing us a tune?
All right. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants go.
Hey, Bus.
Yeah.
Roll
a
your
singing.
singing skill.
Oh, yes.
Fucking knew it.
I hope Dianoy. Here we go. Rolling regular.
No.
The ants go marching 2 by 2. Hurrah! Hurrah!
To be fair,
I want to roll for it.
he's doing it while running.
Yes.
Right.
I want
So
to
it's
roll
like-
for singing.
Oh, you're gonna sing as well?
Oh,
I
you
want
have
to
it?
roll for singing.
Okay, so Sam's gonna join
Good.
in.
Just a D100?
No, roll your singing skill.
I
If
don't
you
have
it.
one.
Oh, so you need to roll your intelligence, and your intelligence needs to. Well, so what is your intelligence? Is a
50.
50. So you roll a D100, and it's got to be 5 or lower. Okay, so
Keep going.
so you're going. The ants are marching one by one, hurrah! And then Kieran's voice goes, hurrah! The ants go marching one by one, hurrah! Hurrah!
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, so she's awful. Like
Can
not
I
even.
try?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody's gonna start singing along awfully.
Cadence. Oh, wrong one. I'm sorry.
Wrong
Hang
one.
on.
No, you want to roll a D100.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry.
45. That works.
D100 is an 8.
Harvey, are you?
And okay, so Harvey, what is your intelligence, Harvey?
I think like 40 or so.
Okay.
Okay, so you need a 4. You have a 4% chance, so you fail as well.
Yeah, but not bad.
But not bad. I mean,
Yeah.
you still
45.
failed, but not egregiously. So you guys are all singing as you're running up the hill, and only
Alright.
one of you is in tune.
All right,
We're
let's try
singing
another
terribly.
song.
Are we? Oh, are we? I will totally roll again. I don't fucking care. Let's do
No,
this.
that's
We can
as
have
good
a
as you're
sing-along.
singing as you're running. That's as good as you sing as
Roll,
you're running.
roll, roll your boat gently down the stream.
Merrily, 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 merrily.
There we go. Thank you, Jamie.
It's really
Live.
hard to do that badly, by the way.
Yes, it's actually, someone actually said it's a lot harder to sing intentionally poorly.
It really is, because,
Right.
yeah.
All right, so I don't know what order you guys are going to be going in.
As
I
slow
pretty
as
much
Gus is, there is no way he's in front.
I
So,
like it.
yeah.
I like it. Keep going.
Okay, so
I mean,
Harvey's
that's
still
fine.
got a little kid on his shoulder. It's not kicking and screaming and trying to let go, but it's grabbed a hold of him because they were trying
It's
to.
just chanting one of us in his fucking ear.
Whoa.
Yeah, basically, it's just chanting in his ear.
Why would you
No
play with
inflection, no emotion,
Come
and
on.
as
Let me
he's
go.
saying it, you guys can hear the echo of the crowd below saying the same thing. Right along. This
Mm.
place is ours. You must
The
go.
fucking sardines from SpongeBob.
Great.
Me.
Are we sure we're not wanting to stab at least one of them just to see if it'll say something different?
I mean, the kid can
No.
be thrown against the ground for all I care, but
I am
nobody
Groot.
seems...
He is Groot. Okay, so you're making your way up this way. I'm just going to move Harvey for now. You get to about here, and you can see over this little rise here. You couldn't very much until then. And you notice that this place is dilapidated. It looks like at one time it was a very large manor house, but as it stands, it's burnt and fallen into horrific disrepair. Almost like somebody attacked the place and they never did anything about it afterwards.
Hmm.
Gonna continue going up to it, I take it?
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
Do it.
Let's go!
Bust immediately starts inspecting if it was a top-down fire or a bottom-up fire.
It looks like it.
He's doing arson investigation.
There you go. So it looks like. See, I don't know if you can tell that.
Oh, I think he would know, just from past experience.
This wasn't very sporting.
But that's anecdotal,
The
not.
truth
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the truth, my
Trainer.
dear.
So go ahead and make an intelligence roll. I'm going to give you a -10 on a base intelligence roll.
All right, so going under?
Yes.
Yeah, no,
So-
I don't know.
What? No.
So there was fire here.
Yeah.
I can
Fire
tell.
bad.
I'm an expert in fire, and this was fire. Definitely fire of some sort.
Right. This was
Very
hot fire.
fiery fire.
Hot fire.
Fiery.
Not that
This was hot
cold fire.
Yeah, not that cold, lukewarm fire. Someone took their time with this.
All right,
This
so
fire wasn't refrigerated.
when you get to about where Harvey is right now, you see that there is no longer a front door. Most of the roof is gone. I mean, there's a roof in some parts. You don't see any furniture. You don't see anything moving. Everybody gets to make an awareness roll.
Nope.
Yeah.
Razul is just floating along, listening to the wind in his ears.
Nope.
Damn it.
Wow!
Right.
Yeah, no.
Wow!
God.
Hang on.
Okay, so
There you go, Jack.
so Jack and Bus make it. Harvey hears a voice coming from this building. He has absolutely no idea what it said. He just heard a voice. It was a muffled voice, like somebody's in that burnt out building. There's
somebody inside that building over there.
Kieran and Jack, you hear something moving around here. So you guys hear something here, and Harvey hears somebody said something over here.
We heard it from the main house, or at least I did.
Jack and
But there's something going on. You don't know what it is. So scrapings, could be something in there, could be animals, you don't know.
And Jack and I just noticed everything. Okay.
Walking in.
Going into the main house?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you
Why
go
you don't in there. The noises come from the other house, obviously.
I think you might be hearing the kid that's right beside your head, for all we know.
No, he's basically quieted. I've basically tuned him out at this point.
He's not quieted, but he's not loud either. He's very monotone.
No, I've tuned him out.
Okay.
Can't even hear him.
Let's stick with the others, and then we'll check out that house after. How about that?
Okay, but when it turns out this is a fool's errand, all of you are going to have egg on your face.
You know what, Harvey? Harvey, we do better the second time we go to a thing you want us to go to.
That's true. Yep.
That's true.
Let's keep this one going.
That is painfully true, as a matter of fact. I have to say.
Sound logic, I must say.
All right, so Razul, you go walking into the main house, and from back over in this area, you hear kind of a scratchy, scrabbling noise, like something is crawling around. Oh. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just walking into the house, I guess.
Okay, so you walk into the house as well. You following right behind Razul?
Sure.
Boldly going.
Awesome. Kieran, make an awareness roll.
Okay. Please. Fuck.
Do you feel lucky once?
I don't know why you're bothering with awareness rolls. I think you've made one this entire campaign.
I'm going to feel lucky for the principal.
Okay, so you feel lucky. Razul walks right over the floor. You take one step on the floor and you hear it creak and start to give way. You weigh a lot more than Razul.
Oh, Christ.
We cannot go into this.
So you take a step in and the floor starts to crumble. Now Razul's far enough away that it doesn't really affect him that much, but he knows that the floor is crumbling behind him.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back real fast out of there.
Killing me.
And I'm gonna let Razul know that I think he's the only one who can walk around in there safely.
Now, one thing you do notice, the boards break away and they fall down into some sort of a sub-basement area that looks like it's hard-packed dirt or stone. You can't tell.
I could always
like it's not a pit trap or anything like that. It's just fucking burn out, dilapidated wood that's been in the elements for a while.
Am I gonna break my ankles jumping down?
It would be 10 foot. If you jump down, I'd give you an agility check to not take any damage. If you fell down, you'd take D10 damage.
Okay, well I know it's there, so I'm not gonna just and just
I know. I'm just telling you. But if you fail your agility check, you will take the D10 damage. You'll land
Jack,
wrong.
You got my back?
Yeah, sure.
I want to go for it.
Agility
roll, you said?
Agility roll. So you jump down in the hole.
Oh, no. How many times do I need to feel lucky?
5.
Fuck.
How many you got?
I've got 4.
I'll give you the 1 to not hurt yourself.
Thank you.
All right, so you take it down to a 48.
Oh my
and
God.
right before you jump in, Boss yells, "Watch out for landing on beams or something," and you go, "Thanks!" as you jump and you see a beam and you go, you move your foot to the left just in the nick of time, and you look up, you go, "Thanks, Boss!" and you just land perfectly fine.
Thanks, friend.
Superhero landing. Superhero landing.
Superhero landing. It's super hard on the knees.
If I jump down and I jump onto Kieran, do I get a bonus to agility?
It depends on if you're serious or not.
I'm already a stomper.
Depends on if you're serious or not.
I'm not serious.
Okay, I couldn't hear that. Did you say yes or no?
No, I'm not serious.
Okay, are you going to jump down in the hole?
No, I'm going to lower myself into the hole.
Okay, so you pull yourself off to
climbing.
the edge and you shimmy down, no problem whatsoever. You don't even have to roll. Because, I mean, once you lower yourself down by your hands, then you're about 2 feet from the floor, you just let go.
Oh, hand, I got the kid's actually hanging on to me, right?
Yeah. So it's easy for you to climb down. It's super duper easy. Yeah, Kieran, all you got to do is lower yourself over the edge. It's only 10 foot down.
Fuck you.
Lower yourself over the edge, then you extend your arms, and you know, how tall is your character? 5 foot what? Add 2 feet to that.
5'8".
5'8". So then you add 2 feet, so you'd be going down 7 foot 8 inches. So you've got 2 feet and 2 inches to drop. Easy.
Look, Dave, I enjoy this.
The silliest thing that she has wasted her luck on.
Dave, look, I enjoy these games as much as anyone else, but you're making this a habit.
It's not my fault she didn't do it.
How?
She yelled so much.
If I can peek your mic.
Bus will use his tail and slide down the 4 feet of his body.
Okay,
That's
so he
not
lowers himself down and then drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to jump down. You could have lowered yourself slowly, but...
How would I know?
By thinking about it?
Did it peak again?
So that one is actually very clear and concise.
Good.
Well, I mean, it's a 10-foot hole.
I'd like to remind you, Dave, she knows where you live.
That's okay. I mean, you can just lower yourself down. That's what I think is so funny that Harvey's like, no, I'm just going to lower myself down. Okay, well, you only got about 2 feet to drop then.
What did you think that I meant I was just gonna bonsai bitches and fucking cannonball into the sub basement?
Well, that's what you said.
Oh! Oh shit! What up? Whoa!
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
What did you know?
That's what she did.
Oh no. Oh no.
You know what? Yep, that's totally what I did. Yep, totally. That's exactly what I meant to do. Not at all what I didn't want to actually do when I said jump in.
Okay, so you're standing on a fire escape on the second floor, and I said, how are you going to get down? You say, well, I'm going to jump down. Okay, well, then you jump down. You didn't lower the ladder and climb down. You just jumped down.
To be fair, Dave, you didn't make that part clear.
I didn't make it clear to Ben either.
The thing is, guys.
Ben is climbing. Ben wouldn't have a problem.
Okay, I'll give you 2 of your luck
Ben
back.
would climb.
I'll give you 2 of your luck back, but I'm keeping Eric's and your other 2.
No. Eric's can be used. Because I felt bad because I've been on both sides of it.
All this stuff, all of the Discord is just jumping gifts. Sorry, I take you literally when you say you're going to do something. That's what you're doing. Okay, so you're totally unhurt.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, well, there you go. All right, so Wada's up top, and the rest of you, except for Jack, are down below.
I had to let that go through. All right, I'm gonna try to climb down.
Okay.
Shimmy down.
Piece of cake. All you do is just lower
Now
yourself
that we
and
all
then let
know
go.
that's an option.
I'm 6'3", so I'm basically like, hey, wait on a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8'3",
okay,
so
yeah.
you got 1 foot and 9 inches to drop.
Right.
So you're like Aunt May,
turn, right?
You're like Aunt May in Spider-Man 2 when you falls off of the statue and just lands right on that little ledge.
Because you do know, if you add 2 foot to me, I still have a 5 foot drop.
Yeah. Oh, we wouldn't add 2 feet to you because your arms aren't that long. Your arms would be half as long, so you only had 1 foot.
Well, I mean, theoretically, that would make mine 3 foot because I got such fucking so lanky.
Anyway, I'm gonna stay up top. I'm gonna keep looking.
Cat. Jesus.
Okay, so you guys are in a sub basement, and you realize that it is there's a very thick layer of ash and dirt and mud over concrete, not concrete, but stone. The walls themselves are made of stone. This was not just dug out. This was, well, it was dug out, but then they put reinforced stone there, actual stone works. And there are 2 doors going from this place, one on the north wall and one on the east wall. The doors are still in place, although they are a little bit worse for wear. One of them is basically off of the hinges. The north one is off the hinges.
Okay.
All right, so
that's my little
Razul,
buddy and say, "Don't you worry, little guy. Don't you be scared."
I'm listening.
so Razul, you're up top and you hear some scrambling noises. And you start to go through there to look and see what they are. And you're making your way through downed, burned timber. And yeah, so I am going to do something real interesting right now. I am going to pull Razul over to here.
Okay.
Wrong one. Do.
Did I get a possum?
Something like that.
Velociraptor?
Something like that.
The fuck is this thing?
So let me pull you down to where you're down here before. So you hear the scrambling noises and you start to walk towards it, and something leaps out at you. It's not going to get a surprise attack because you did hear it, but we are going to do initiative, just you and the thing, which, by the way, you've seen before. You know it is a ghoul.
I got this shirtless man.
Let me just take my clothes off for you, baby.
Quite a well-defined spine.
That is what I look for in a man.
Alright, hang on.
That's a spine you can bounce a quarter in.
Told you, haven't rode above a 6 this whole time.
Chicks dig a vertebrae.
So, this thing leaps out at you, and with grime and just fetid claws, scrapes at your face.
Come on, attack me, big boy. Alright, I'm dead.
Oh yeah, it hurt me.
Oh boy.
Alright, so
Oh boy.
I need to check something real quick here. It is going to hit, of course.
I'm dead.
R.I.P. Razul. What can I say about Razul?
Nothing
He died
good.
as he lived. By himself, by a ghoul.
Okay, so you are going to take some damage.
Oh, really?
Not if my character sheet has anything to say about it.
So you take 13 points of damage, and you get to make a save versus magic.
And didn't make it.
Do you feel lucky 3 times?
Negative.
Okay. So you guys here up top, you hear the scrambling noises that Razul was hearing intensify, like something moved very quickly. and you hear Razul give a little screech and scream, and then a loud thunk as bodies hit the floor.
Bodies hit the floor.
Ah, shit, we need to get up there.
All right, booster seats, here we go. And he
Did I
just
thump hard enough to go through the floor?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Because there are some parts of the floor that are strong, some parts of the floor are not. And the ghoul wasn't falling through the floor already.
We should have checked a second board.
I don't know why every one of you decided to jump into a hole. Just saying.
Well, one person jumped into the hole. The other three climbed down carefully.
What, do you jump off the bridge if your friends jump off the fucking bridge?
Yes.
Base jumping? Yeah. If they live, that would be great.
No, I would just do it.
I am the dumbest of my friends.
Ooh.
So yes, I would absolutely jump off anything.
If they live.
Honestly, if you gave me a drink of alcohol and told me I dare you, I might just do it for funsies anyway.
All right.
Well,
So
completely different scenario.
So basically, you're standing up on the top. You say, "You think what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes." Then yeah, no, nobody. Okay.
Hey,
The fuck?
YouTube, I'm knocked out.
Okay, so well, you're not knocked out. You see everything that's going on. You feel your limbs freeze as you are paralyzed, and it bears you to the ground and starts to feed, because that's what they do.
Eat me, Daddy.
Eat me,
God, no.
Daddy.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. Remove all terms.
I don't want that to be its last thoughts.
All right, so you guys are downstairs and you hear Razul go, "Ah!" Thunk. And then you hear something growling, and you hear rending and tearing.
Yeah, we should go do something about that, like now.
Yeah, I would immediately have told Kieran to, I'd boost her up because she's got range. Assuming that I don't know how far away this actually was.
Okay, so you boost Kieran up, and Kieran, you are now up here again. You look into the place, back in this back corner over here.
Right.
I hate to do this to you. I'm going to make you...
I can't see anything, can I?
Well, there's timber and stuff in the way. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you that you can see, because you can hear all sorts of wild noises coming on. Slurping and smacky, happy smacky noises.
Okay.
And you see a creature's head pop up, and it looks at you, and it's got this long, almost sinuous tongue. It's like longer than a snake's tongue, and it's dripping with saliva, and it stares at you and hisses, and you see that it's got fresh blood dripping off of its jaws.
Oh no. Oh no. Not good. Can I shoot this thing?
You can shoot this thing, so go ahead and roll. Wow, that is a real good shot. So you shoot an arrow at it, and it goes in the front and out the back, and its eyes, which were staring at you with a hateful intensity, kind of glaze over, and it falls.
Okay, is it safe for me to pull myself up and then help everybody else out?
Well, you're already up.
Oh.
He boosted you up onto the side.
I was gonna say, technically, I should be next up because I gotta get to Razul.
Yep.
Yeah, we just have to be careful of where we step. Is this gonna be an agility thing?
Probably.
It's more in this case. It'd be more of an intelligence, because you're testing the floor as you're going. You know that the floor is fucked up.
Right.
Okay. So we're rolling intelligence, I take it?
I'm not even going to make you roll, because it's easy to walk across. It's just finding the places and the time it's going to take you. So I need to look at something real quick here. I need to look at Razul. Attributes and abilities, character sheet. He has hit points of that. All right, so Jack comes bounding around. Actually, Kieran's going to get there first. Kieran, you see Razul sitting on the ground. He's got a very surprised look on his paralyzed little face. And it's obvious that he has been paralyzed. And he's got some chunks out of him. And he is bleeding profusely.
Great.
Oh my god. Jack?
First aid number 1.
But okay, I can do that and he can still be healed, right?
If you first aid him, you can stop the bleeding.
That's why somebody said.
So first aid to stop the bleeding and then to heal.
Okay, I'll feel lucky.
Twice? I would guess
I can now.
You
so
can
yes.
now because so you feel lucky twice. So you stop the bleeding. You don't heal him of anything, but you do stop the bleeding right now.
Okay.
So he's very pale and ashen, and in actuality, he is unconscious, but he is not dead. So now Jack is up there.
All right. Dude, I assume I have to make a intelligence because I have to move quickly to get to.
I didn't even make her do that. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you could.
I wasn't sure. She was like taking her time, or whatever. And I was
right.
Like,
I need to know what Bus and Harvey are doing.
I'm not going up there. I figured my task was getting those two up first.
Okay. So what are you doing, Harvey?
I'm exploring down here. So there was a door that was open, I believe.
Okay. So the north door is off its hinges a little bit, and it's very easy to push through.
All right.
Bus would yell at you to not open a fucking door right now.
I mean, it'll be fine. I push open the door.
Motherfucker.
Okay. So let's go back up to Jack. Jack, what you doing?
I'm gonna heal him.
Okay, you gonna cast the healing spell, or are you gonna do first aid?
I only thought you could do it once.
She was stopping the bleeding. That wasn't using first aid to actually heal.
Sure. I will go ahead and do that first aid. Oh, I have to do my percentage. Sorry. Okay. Submit.
Did you roll your skill?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I thought that did both, so I have to roll skill to do that.
Yep.
So if it works, which it doesn't.
So you would have to feel lucky twice.
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, sure.
All right. So Razul, his eyes flutter awake as you take out some herbs from your pouch, and you crush them up, and you mix them with spit, and you put them onto the wound to try and keep it clean, and then you wrap it up, and his eyes flutter open, and he says, "Ghoul."
We know, buddy. We know.
And
kick over the corpse.
Dank herb.
It was a dank herb. Okay, so now we're gonna go down below while all this is happening.
Yeah. Harvey and Ascolab working together, gonna kill a vampire.
Right. So I'm gonna change. Let me see if I have. Not that. I haven't put I didn't know if you'd get up here today, so I didn't get the creature. But that's okay. That's okay.
You can just give us a different creature.
Well, I'll give you something like it.
We won't know the difference.
You sure won't. So I'm going to actually move you guys to a different page. I'm going to move you to the white page, where we have Harvey here, Bus here, And I'm gonna.
We're not there yet, Dave. If you're telling us.
Oh shit! How about I actually move the flag instead of just me changing that? Okay, so then let me freehand. Let me polygon line this thing.
Ooh, and paint us a word picture.
Okay, boink, good enough. And for some reason it's pink. I don't necessarily know why, but it's pink.
Because it's your color.
I guess so.
It really does bring out your eyes.
It does. So from the background, you see glowing red eyes, and something comes running at you. And it gets right here before you realize, holy shit, that's a big fucking dog.
Hello, my name is Harvey. These are my friends.
And this is your initiative.
Yeah, I'm Simeon Short Sword, or Simeon Bastard Sword out the minute I heard him start the introduction.
Okay, so I need to do monster init.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, son! You are very good at this initiative thing.
I am.
Yeah, he is.
And both of my guys are going to go at the same time, which is great.
Yeah, he's really good at the initiative.
All right. Well, I don't want to hurt no pups, but they're probably going to come at me.
Well, you're the only thing that they can really see right now. And on a 20, Harvey, what you going to do? What you going to do when they come for you?
Guess I'm going to be a cop and kill a dog for very little reason.
Okay, so so you take a 5-foot step and swing at the wolf thing that is coming towards you. You notice it's a lot like a regular wolf, only you can see that there are bones sticking through in places.
Okay, that actually does make me feel a lot better.
It looks bigger than a normal wolf.
Ooh.
So make your roll. I got to get to the right page here.
Man, I roll very average now with my...
Oh! Well, it doesn't matter because its defense was to lean in. Wow. So we're going to do minus 34. And it howls in the howl that it gives out. Kieran and Jack, you hear a howl from below, and it's a very strange howl. It's like a wolf, but it's not, and it's filled with pain, and it just reverberates through the walls, and it almost makes you clap your hands to your ears, but not quite. Well, and then Harvey on a 10.
And while I'm working on Razul, I mutter, "God damn it, can Harvey take 10 minutes to wait?"
Wow.
Murder. Just murder.
Can I be like, Jack, stay with Razul and then climb down?
Yeah, you certainly can. It's going to take you a round or so to get back and climb down. So go ahead and roll your damage for that one. 30.
Rolled a 10 and a 1 on that.
Yes, you did. So this is going to be a minus 28 more. Okay, so your axe flies through this thing's noggin, and it falls to the ground in a bloody heap. Oh, okay.
There can be only one dog around here.
Yeah, and since they all move at the same time... since they all move at the same time. On an 8, this one is going to do a charging attack and attempt to jump at your face.
Classic.
And it does fairly decent.
All right, and total DP is what I'm going for?
Yep. So, do you feel lucky twice?
Yeah.
Okay, so it leaps at you, and you stick your axe in the way broadside, and it hits the edge of the axe and falls to the floor, shakes its head, and looks very sad that it normally would have taken you down. Bus on a 7.
Well, I don't see anything.
How tall are you, Harvey?
I
don't think I'm all that tall, like 5'4". Yeah, 5'4".
Okay, so you can actually see the back of this thing over Harvey or around Harvey. It's wolves are pretty big, and this is bigger than a wolf.
I realized I got a little overzealous by pulling out both the scimitar and the bastard sword, considering how close of combat this will be.
Yes. Matter of fact, you can't get past Harvey right now.
Yeah, so I'm going to stick the scimitar back in and just keep the bastard sword out.
Okay.
And I will get in lane of Harvey, but I want to give him enough room so he could exit the hallway if needed.
Okay. And for some reason I don't have an undo. Oh, well. That's life.
So I guess for lack of a better term, I take my free 5.
And just wait.
And yeah, wait, and if the dog comes, I'll smack it.
Okay, Harvey on a 0.
I believe that I have used up both of my...
You have, but you can take non-combat actions if you would like.
Yeah, it's going to back that up.
Okay.
And give him a little, badass, like, come at me, bro.
Okay, on a -2, the thing takes a step forward and attempts to bite your kneecaps.
Jesus, these defensive rolls.
Do you feel lucky twice?
Yeah, I'll use up the last of my luck.
Perfect. So it gnaws at your knee, and you realize had he gotten a hold of it, there's a good chance he could have tripped you.
Mm-hmm. Which is not where I fight my best.
Yeah. So, Bus, you realize you could take a 5-foot step and be able to hit this guy from the diagonal.
And he will.
Okay.
So,
Get it.
I'm going to say I probably only did it one-handed.
Okay.
Because he's not used to two-handeds yet.
A fair choice.
Jesus.
So you tried to swing around the corner. You tried not to hit the wall or Harvey, and that fouled your swing up a little bit. And
new swords.
Sparks fly from the wall as your sword hits it. But Harvey on -10.
I'm just gonna keep on chilling because I've used up all of my attack actions.
And then Bus on a -13.
He has not, and he will swing again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And he does.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ.
Yes!
So do you feel lucky once?
Yes. Fuck that wolf.
Okay, so that wolf, it was dodging and weaving, and at one point it juked to the left, and it tried to juke again, but that was when you swung, and when it juked right into your swing, because it wasn't going to hit until such time as it juked into your hit. So that's 32 points, which means it's going to take -30. Awesome. And now it's going to come apart at the seams because Harvey gets to go twice.
Get it.
Take it to the face.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I rolled on that one?
That's one hit.
69.
Yeah,
Nice.
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 So 31, so -29.
Even the wolf says nice.
Nice. All right, so Harvey on a 10.
Oh, no.
The wolf does not feel like getting hit right now.
No, he doesn't.
So you swing in the same place that it was, and it jukes to the left, and little bits of fur fly off of it, but it doesn't do any real damage.
You hairy bastard.
And then it, this thing doesn't give a fuck, so it's going to attempt to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow! Okay, so it leaps at you again, and you take your axe and you shove its face out of the way, and then Bus gets to go on a 7. That was a good time for that defense because you didn't beat it by much.
Yeah.
So let me roll my defense.
Be nice if I could roll above my actual attack.
Wow. So you didn't beat it by much, but you did beat it.
Oh, awesome sauce. To the face with
Ooh.
To the face with you.
To the face with you indeed. So he only had 1 hit point left.
Oh, Jesus. You obliterated it.
Because I got 60.
It explodes into a shower of viscera and fur.
That's a really great way of putting it. So you hit it in the head and it explodes in an explosion of viscera and fur. That's a great way of putting it.
Bus immediately looks at Harvey and goes,
"Goddamn.
Don't open any doors, Harvey."
Gotcha.
So
Don't open any more than one door.
From down this way, you hear more howling and the sounds of raised voices.
Great.
And it sounds like a fairly decent amount of raised voices, I might add.
Oh boy.
Stay in the door and hotgates them at best.
Harvey looks down the hallway, clearly wanting to go down there, but not wanting to.
Well, it's not a flat hallway; it descends. It's like almost like you're going down into a storm cellar thing, but there's no stairs. It's just a ramp.
Okay, so Kieran has made her way down there with them.
Kieran has made her way down here with them. And she's like, what the fuck? And you see the bodies of the 2 undead-looking dog things.
Ah. Well, that explains the howling.
Yeah.
That would certainly explain howling. Undead dogs.
Now that we have a third, we go?
Jack is still with Razul.
And Razul is fucking hurt as shit.
Yeah, Razul is bad.
I healed him up.
Yeah, you healed him 13 points, which put him to positive 10?
Okay.
I thought he only took 10 points of damage.
Oh, no. No, that's how much he took on the attack. Then the thing knocked him down and started feeding on him.
Oh.
You got it.
Yeah.
I would have healed it more. I didn't realize that. I was going off what I was...
Oh, I'm sorry. And that's why I said that he was unconscious but not dead.
Well, I don't know how much HP he has. I don't pay attention.
I'm sorry. That's...
Well, okay, so Jack is going to try and heal him now, I imagine.
Oh, now I'll heal him. Shit. Hang on. I thought it unnecessary, but I will do this. There, he gets 18 points.
18 points. So that puts him up to 21, which means he's down like a bunch. Let me see.
4 plus 2, right? So there's your 2d4. You shake it up. There's your health.
What?
It's all right.
Fine. Shake it up. There's your
are you still here, Wada?
Yeah.
Just being very quiet. Okay, so you were at 3. You got...
You just told me I was at 10. You said I was at -3. That would put me at 10. I'm at 28.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, because I first aided him and gave him 13.
So you're 28 then?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, sometimes my brain don't math so good.
Oh no, you're good, man.
I'm juggling a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not judging.
I'm not saying nothing wrong.
I'm impressed at the attempt.
Yeah.
That was the most backhanded compliment I think I've ever received.
Oh no, because I would have made the attempt.
Other than the girl that I dated, I went on a first date with a girl once, and she said to me, "You're no Tom Cruise, but you're not hideous."
Wow.
Wow.
Woof.
Thank you. I'll go back to my bell tower and tell all my friends.
I was like,
Not much of a loss with that one, huh?
"Oh no, actually, she meant it as a compliment."
And I'd have been like, yeah, you're
Well,
a bitch.
of course she did, but she's still an asshole.
Yeah, it was a huge backhanded compliment. I just laughed. I thought it was hysterical.
I mean, you're no Marilyn Monroe, but you're not a hag either.
That's right. You're not a sea hag from the depths of hell, but you know.
Wow, a sea hag from hell? Damn.
No.
That's gonna be an ugly bitch.
Sea hag from the depths of hell.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
probably trying to neg you.
sea hags are usually in
That
the
wasn't
ocean,
a
dude. They're
thing
in
then.
hell.
That was back in the 90s. That wasn't really negging. Wasn't really a thing. Or if it was, there wasn't a term for it.
I think there was a term amongst the pickup artist community.
It's
But
been a thing since like the 50s, champ.
Oh, I don't know. I don't hang
Yeah,
with
like-
people that neg.
You can hang out with us.
Do you neg?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to donate for you.
I'm really not going to say where that joke was heading, but I was going to go all Randy Marsh for a second, but
no, I don't know why. I thought that would be funny.
nah.
What?
Anyway,
It was not.
What do we got for Ready March?
never
Yeah,
mind.
that one.
No, I-
Never mind. Anyway, it's too close to a bannable offense.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind.
People who neg.
I know what you're saying.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh,
People who
okay.
neg. It's the obvious joke that I don't ever want to say. I wouldn't be saying anything bad, but it's close enough that it would be very borderline. The comedian in me says there's nothing wrong with that joke, but the human in me and the liberal in me goes, "Dave, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah, Dave,
think
shut the
about
fuck
that,
up.
Dave. Damn.
Yeah, the comedian in me says, "Oh, that's not bad."
But it is.
But it is. So, Kieran's down with you guys. Jack and Razul are still upstairs.
And Bus would ask Kieran how is he if Kieran hasn't already made it obvious.
Well, I mean, I'd let them know, like, stop the bleeding. He
He's-
got ate.
He's
The main point is the team doctor's there trying to work on it.
right.
Right.
He's down, he's hurt, but Jack's working on him.
Yep. The problem is that we don't have Jack with us, so if shit goes down and goes bad, we just have to wait.
Right.
We have the
So
3 killers here.
I don't know what that rules,
Bus,
right?
you talked about putting something across the doorway. Did you not?
Not this particular doorway.
Okay, I thought you said.
I said hot gates. In other words, let's not go down the hallway. Let's make them have to come to us.
Okay, all right. I misunderstood what you were saying.
I got you.
Okay, so down the hallway, you guys hear all sorts of commotion. You realize that it's probably just about 10:30 in the morning, so you still got a lot of sunlight to go. You're still cool that way. Razul and Jack, you guys get to make an awareness roll.
Great. Yeah, I didn't see nothing.
Razul's great. I don't see anything from Jack.
I rolled it.
We don't see it, my man.
I don't see it.
Oh, it's there. I rolled it. It's under Razul.
Not click again.
All right, I'll do it.
No,
again.
it's under Razul, but you get to make one too.
I did.
No,
I rolled awareness.
we don't see. I don't think it gave it to us.
Okay,
I'll
so
roll
he
again.
rolled it to himself.
I don't know how you did that, but well played.
I don't know how I managed to pull it off. Here, I'll do it again. I mean, I still didn't make it, but it's showing up on my side.
Are you clicking your character?
Here,
though?
let me change
no.
tabs. Hold on, let me change tabs. And then I'll change back. Well, that actually wouldn't do anything, would it? Because it's not. Okay, so we actually don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening because like it's worked before.
Weird. Okay, well you say you didn't make it, and I believe.
Okay, well, yeah, I was just checking to make sure it wasn't something
boss
from me.
works.
Yeah, no, I got my guy highlighted. I think.
Weird. Did you maybe have something in your chat box before you rolled it?
Not
Of course,
that I'm
then the
aware of.
second one would have came through. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, your connection to the server has been interrupted. We'll send you back online when it's ready.
Oh no. So Roll20's starting to have problems.
20
continues to have problems.
Did his show up? Yeah, his showed up.
Yeah, so Roll20's having some issues, so it's not.
No, you know what? I think this is the time of night that my IP renews. So I might disappear for like 30 or 40 seconds randomly.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's something that hit even when we're doing dungeons in Final Fantasy every night.
Yeah, about 7, 8 o'clock, something happens with Comcast that I have weird issues for like 10
popped
minutes.
up for us now. And
Oh,
wow,
God.
yeah.
Wow, so you did really well.
Yeah, wow.
Awesome. Okay, so Razul. Faintly but growing closer. You hear from outside the building. This place is ours. You must go.
Woo, people's
Many voices. The way the sound is, you figure there's a louder, it's a bigger crowd than what you had before.
Oh, yes.
We had a big ass crowd before.
Yeah. So all of the townsfolk now are coming up and chanting.
Well, I'm going to look at Jack, and everybody's going to be really pissed at me, but I'm going to say, get the others. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm not against that, honestly.
I'm going to portal out if I can, once they get up here.
So Razul looks at Jack and says, "We're leaving."
And
yeah, literally.
I don't know that I disagree at this point.
How are you gonna tell the guys down below? I mean, you're not that far. You can probably just talk in a loud voice and they could hear you.
I mean, I guess I'll walk to the edge and yell down that we need to get the hell out of here because the townspeople are coming.
It's totally up to everyone else, but I'm casting the spell.
All right, so you guys hear Razul is casting a spell. What are you guys all going to do?
I mean, if I've got the time, I'm willing to get people up and try to climb.
So how about
noises at the end of the hall?
How about Kieran and Harvey? What are you guys doing? These guys are like, we're getting out of here.
We're here. We can finish this. We just go down there.
I literally mean what I'm saying. You're either with us, or you're either with me, or you're not. I am leaving.
I'm going to solve the problem. Harvey marches in.
Okay, Kieran, what are you doing? Harvey takes off down the hallway, and Razul, you hear him cast a spell, and you hear the familiar vroom of a portal. You hear from some footsteps, and you realize that Razul has already gone through. Actually, roll your portal spell. Let's make sure your head isn't going to explode again. All right, so you go, vroom. Where are you putting the terminus of this at?
We're close enough to Falejos, aren't we?
No. You're more than 100 miles away from Falejos. I mean, you can go back on the road 100 miles. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Bus and Kieran, what are you doing? Jack, are you going through the portal as well?
I'm going with him, dude. I'm almost dry for magic, so
I am as well.
if we can overrun, there's not a whole lot I can do.
All right, so Jack goes, "I'm going to," and he gets cut off, and you hear no more steps or anything above you.
Can we come back at least?
Oh,
well,
we
yeah.
Come back
I mean,
easily, yeah.
Right.
Harvey, come on. We'll come back. We'll let them get their spell points and heal up.
Down the hallway.
Well, I'm shouting at you. Down
So she's shouting. Kieran, make an intelligence roll.
Fucking really? He really?
Okay. So you don't know.
She's lucky.
She's lucky enough. Okay, so you realize that you only have 2 minutes before the portal goes away, and you're stranded. So
Great.
You have to make a choice. You going with Harvey, or you going through the portal?
You know what I think? I think now's a great time for a break.
Okay, so we're gonna take a 5-minute break while Bus. What are you planning on doing?
Not to be a jerk to Kieran, I would probably wait to see what she does.
All right.
God.
Well, then we'll take a 5-minute break. Sammy can go to the bathroom. She's got a huge decision to make.
I'll be back.
Harvey and Jessica Lab. Dog and lizard fighting together.
And cat.
I
She's
don't know
a
there's a cat here.
No, she's a dog.
Oh, she's a dog. She's a Kenturi as well. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, dog and lizard fighting for glory.
Just letting you know, we've fulfilled our objective.
That's kind of, yeah.
Have you now?
We have enough information for them to send something here.
Okay.
But
we were never told to kill anything. Your exact words to me were find out what's happening.
There you go.
But
do you know what's happening?
We know the villagers are being mind controlled.
Okay.
We know enough that they would send something, and if they wouldn't, the government's a dick.
You're low adventurers. You take care of this town that's being mind controlled.
So
we have this whole group called the Paladins. They don't do anything. Don't pay any attention to them.
Oh no, Paladins don't do that. That's not what Paladins do in Ironwood.
Okay.
The Paladins
Paladins are forces.
Shit's gone bad.
Paladins are forces of neutrality. There are evil paladins and good paladins. If there's an area that's idyllic, bad paladins will probably go in there and fuck it up to try and keep the balance. If there's a place that's ridden with evil, good paladins will go in there and try and regain the balance.
Okay, so you're saying this is balanced.
You've got a point. It might not be balanced enough.
Ah!
You have a point. You do have a point.
All I'm saying is I'm in over my head. I know that Jack's in over his head.
Yeah, no.
I'm leaving.
The whole point is he's low on magic. I'm low on magic. We can't sleep because they're coming. And we made a decision that we can come back later, but we need to go find somewhere and rest before we try this.
I'm not even trying to be.
It's not us being cowards. It's us going. We're out of magic, and a horde of mind-controlled or whatever angry townspeople are coming.
That we kind of don't know that.
Right.
We know.
You guys do.
Right. I yelled, "We're leaving."
Have you ever seen me run from anything, really, Eric?
No, I understand what you're doing. And in my brain, Bus definitely, if it was just Bus, would just climb out and follow you guys.
But you have 2 other people with you.
I got 2 other people, and I know Harvey probably could physically, if I could talk him into it, Harvey could do 2 minutes and get up there. I could probably hoist
Kieran
up and climb and try to get up there within 2 minutes.
But Harvey could also obliterate a small town by himself too.
This is also true, which is one of the reasons my brain goes,
right.
I'm not horribly against Harvey
Chasing
My
down
brain
whatever
goes-
We can do.
Yeah,
Up and down.
There's two sides of this.
but
and-
there's no way I'm keeping Harvey up if he falls.
Right.
And there's, you know what I mean? So it's that kind of brain of like, could we wreck ass? Yeah. And we'd probably do fairly well, barring horrible rolls.
That'll
Could
never
we-
happen.
Could we withstand the night? Possibly. But if we get sandwiched in this hallway between undead horde dogs and voices and townspeople coming at us, that's going to be a fun out. So yeah, that's my brain right now.
Oh, and also I'm going to take the kid off before I go into the battle.
Jesus.
Actually, you probably dropped the kid before the combat. If I'd have realized that,
Oh, yeah.
if I'd have realized that, I'd have made you get some negatives on your rolls. But so you dropped him ahead of time.
Food is here.
What's that?
Sounds good.
My food's here.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
So
what'd you get?
you dropped the kid to fight, and the whole time he stood up and was chanting at you, which is why
Yep.
you guys didn't hear the guys outside.
Yeah. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah! Hurrah!
No. The ants go marching one by one. Hurrah! Hurrah! That's what you sound like.
I'm going to be off for a little bit.
The
So.
ants go marching one by one.
I think Sammy's having an existential crisis right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to jump away for a little bit. So you know what I'm doing. I'm resting. That is literally what we're
Yes.
doing.
We basically got far enough away. We're setting up to.
Right.
'Cause I got food to eat. And my wife some. Very.
Sammy is having a crisis.
Come on, Sammy. We're scared to be adventurers.
She is
That's
treating
the
this.
barbecue
She's
peasant.
treating this like Republicans treat COVID. If I walk away and don't pay it any mind, it'll just go away on its own, and then her character will die from it.
Legitimately, from a player perspective, like I plan on coming back after we rest. I'm basically out of magic, so if anybody else goes down, they're on their own.
What you eating, Eric?
Chips.
Chips.
Some chips that came in the bag that was pure loudness.
Yes. And it doesn't help the fact that my mic right now is like just like a speakerphone.
Oh,
I have Brim's Zesty Ranch flavored rings.
I've never even heard of Brim. Crazy.
You know, like Funyuns?
Yeah, same idea.
The generic
Same
version.
idea. It's extremely generic. It's the Family Dollar version.
Oh, nice.
Family Dollar, damn.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a Family Dollar since I was going to school in
I
Wisconsin.
did not realize how many jump videos are on Discord right now.
Oh yeah. It
I
got bad.
The one that I stopped at was the guy jumping in the mud puddle. I didn't see any of the ones after that. I think Sammy started smoking again thanks to us.
No, that makes
Oh
me sad.
no! What?
Either that or she's doing shots in her kitchen right now.
She's probably like outside screaming into the wind.
I do really like that ferret jumping.
Oh, she's
ferret
making rice.
What?
She's
That's
making
fair.
rice. That's okay.
Like minute rice?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been more than a minute.
Honk honk.
Honk, honk. Now she's probably. I think they might have. Well, they've got an Instapot.
Oh, okay, so she's doing it the Japanese way.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
She's too busy. She's too busy screaming. Why do they hate me? Why do they have to make me make the decision?
Right.
It's great. It's great leadership training. You're in a crisis. Make a choice. Put. Make a choice.
Yep.
Cool.
She is using
Everybody
Instapot.
knows.
This seems to be what all leadership like fucking training always comes to. It's like, all right, you're in crisis. What's the choice? Well, what if I make that? Make a choice.
Make an assessment.
But I don't
Right.
have all of the data that I would have in a normal situation.
The choice.
Yeah. Hell,
Save
you're
the
probably...
bulkhead. Doom the man to death.
Yes, TNG. Or did I have the wrong reference?
I mean, just like generally in the whenever you watch like one of those submarine movies, it's always the time when they have to seal the bulkhead with the guy inside.
Yes,
Right.
and then you watch him die slowly through the porthole.
Yep.
Right.
Or if it's
That was
lost, then he puts the number on his hand.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, no, you had to make rice.
It's that time. It's 5:30 for us, so we're like doing leftovers, but I have to get the rice ready and get that made.
I gotcha. So, you
So
followed
do you
Harvey?
die or live?
So, are you
So
jumping
no,
out of the hole
right?
and through the portal, or are you following Harvey into the unknown?
I can't let Harvey go alone.
Yeah!
You
Into
He's
can't
not
the
gonna
unknown.
go through the portal. I have to go with him.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Okay, so
I can't let him do it by himself.
Kieran starts to go down the hole after Harvey. And Bus, what are you doing?
Go ahead, Bus. Save yourself.
Boys, come back in the morning.
They can't hear you. They're through the portal.
Fuck.
on.
Hell, if I'm dying, I'm dying. I'm dying alone. All right, let's fucking do this.
So you go down the hole, and you go down the hole. All right. So,
I've never been happier.
Bus would actually write something saying, "We went. We're sorry."
So he pricks his finger with his sword and writes in blood on the wall, "We went down."
Oh,
Very near
that's
Harvey.
right. The floor is also cement, isn't it? Or stone.
It's stone at this point, yes.
Okay.
But it's got like refuse and timber, burnt timber, and
Yeah.
mud because it's been raining in.
He would find some way to do it. I don't think he'd poke his finger and do it in blood. But
I have ink.
Well, there's also, if you remember one of the things I said, there's burnt timber everywhere.
Oh yeah, you could use it.
Hint. So it's basically
Don't
like
bury me near Harvey.
yeah, it's basically like like black chalk at this point, ash on the wall. Okay, so I am going to do something really, really, really strange at this point.
Okay.
I'm actually going to end it for tonight. I know it's early, but I really need to prepare for this.
I gotcha.
Because you guys have done something wholly unexpected.
Yes.
And I'm only slightly ready. So Razul and Jack, they find themselves on the road about 100 miles away, and you're on the side of the portal, and you go, come on, guys, come on! And after 2 minutes, the portal disappears.
Well, shit, buddy. I don't think they're coming. Oh, right. Watt eating. Never mind.
He's eating. So I know it was an early end of the night by quite a bit. But this is a great place to stop. Yeah, but I need to really do some work on down below. I'm going to really have to talk to myself whether I'm going to lessen what's down there because I had it set up for an entire party.
No. All in. Come on. Don't change a damn thing.
If I TPK... Okay, so here's my view of things. If Dave does a TPK, Dave's not doing his job. However, Dave set it up for 5 players.
We've also done something really risky.
Yeah.
Extremely risky.
The worst thing that happens is a PPK.
Partial party kill.
Right. We're away resting.
Actually, the worst thing that could happen was an FPPH. Fate point party happened. So that That would mean 3 people would lose fate points, and we'd come right back to where you guys are right now and say, I think we should go through the portal. Yes!
Actually.
And then you hop through the portal.
Or has Harvey ever said like his twin brother? Larvy?
Larvy?
Yeah, I guess he showed up to the same play. He might be in the same area.
Larvy Baddentotter.
He's
he needs to get back to his wife, Tickles.
And
he's a bookworm.
Yes, and he has a handlebar mustache that he twirls when he laughs.
Yes.
He's a wizard.
All right, so you're a wizard, Harvey. All right, so I'm actually going to end it for tonight. I know it's super duper early, and I apologize for that. We have 3 more weeks to end this arc, and I don't want to fuck it up.
You couldn't possibly.
I could, absolutely.
No. Dave, you cannot. You're great, and goddamn it, people like you.
No, he absolutely could. He needs the pressure.
One of the things, by the way, as you guys start to go down the hole, bodies start to fall off of the ledge.
Oh, yes.
So the first couple of them splatter, and then other ones land on those. So it's like lemmings are starting to fall off of the ledge.
Oh man!
And you realize as you go. Actually, Harvey, you don't notice this. Bus, you see this, and you realize that as soon as you guys go another 10, 15 feet, you are going to be caught between them.
Yeah. Bus would say something, but he would. Yeah.
Luckily, they're easy to get past.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can just bowl right over them to get out. But still, if there's enough of them, they could bar your way and possibly drag you down to God knows what. And that, ladies... What time is it?
It's time to screw your courage to the sticking place.
Congratulations, your courage is screwed.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so next week we take off on the trek down. Unfortunately, I don't know what I'm going to do about. Actually, I know what I might do with Wada and Bones, and I'll talk to them about it separately.
Okay. All right.
Because
so much that I don't need to hear it, that I shouldn't hear it.
Well, I'm going to give them a couple of monsters to run.
Oh, nice.
So that they can participate. Because otherwise, I mean, they're going to be resting for an entire day. Matter of fact, I'm going to give them the big bad guys and see what happens.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's good.
So you guys are going to run the big bad guys.
Yes.
So us who left to rest are not actually going to get rest.
Oh, no, you guys are going to be resting. Your character is going to be resting, but Wada and Bones are going to be running characters so that you have something to do in the...
Oh, we're going to play the bad guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, you will play the bad guys so that you have something to do next week.
Dave, I can get only so erect, my man. So let it off.
Okay, so by this weekend, Bones, or actually by Monday, I will give you the information and the stats of what it is that you're doing, and I will give you guys full access to the map.
Okay.
Dave.
Oh, I dropped my fucking cheese curd.
Oh, shit.
What, Eric?
Was going to ask, because I haven't done it yet for the Saturday game. How do you create hit points? Or not hit points, fate points?
Fate points, D4 plus 1 is what I do. And then, like, for example, I will show you, do you have my stream open at all?
Sure.
Do you or do you not?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let me let me pull up Ascalabus. And let
Okay.
me go to GM
I get to
notes.
see how soon I'll have to come up with a new character.
Well, you can right, like I'm showing you right now how many fate points that you have.
Dope.
Yeah, I rolled a 4 on you.
Yeah.
Now you guys can't see that normally when you open your character. The only reason I'm showing you now is so that you can see it. That's how I do it. I put the fate points in there, and as you use one, I take it down.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, I missed all of that, guys, and I am so sorry.
Okay, so
you're gonna play a baddie next week.
Next week, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end it because it's a good place to end, and I need to prepare some stuff. Next week, Jack and Razul are going to be resting, and you're not going to be a part of the campaign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you and Bones run 2 of the big bad guys. You're actually going to control them and dictate what they do.
Okay.
So by Monday, I will give you guys the stats and everything for the creature, their abilities, things like that.
Right.
I will tell you what all creatures are there. And I will basically tell you everything that's going on because by the time you 2 get back, these guys are going to know what's happening.
Okay. And then on a side note, I need to talk to you about something then.
Okay.
It's just on a side note. It's nothing important right now.
Okay. Sounds cool. So that's it for tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Sorry it's so early, but we got big things brewing.
Oh, this is fantastic. I fucking love it.
So anybody watching, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.